Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! As we know it is about to change. Well, it's already been changing. The idea of summoning monsters on the opponent's turn is now a mainstay with tier elements. With cards starting out with cards like the Phantasme, with Link summoning, Nibiru, and now we have the tier elements. And with these new Chaos Dragon is coming later, but the idea now it's gone over. That idea has gone over to main deck engine cards to summon powerful monsters on the opponent's turn 1, or being the who's ever going second turn 0. And while everybody's talking about ban lists and predictions and what's going on with post-priority elements, no one is talking about what we're gonna do to combat that. Well, let's enter Destiny Hero Doomlord. D-Time! Michael Bowden back again, aka Destiny Hero Mike, and welcome back to D-Time! We're here, baby. It's always D-Time, in more ways than one. And I want to give a special, I've always got to give love to all my subscribers. Absolutely. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for helping this channel grow. Thanks for seeing your boy and helping your boy shine. I definitely appreciate you guys. This channel has been very exciting since I started. I think it's been what, 3 months now, and we're almost at 1,500 already. So it is a blessing, a great feeling. And I also want to give a special shout out to my members for supporting me just out the gate that way. I definitely cannot wait to be live streaming. I say that almost every single video, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it right now. I'm working on how to use OBS and all that stuff. So yes, to be absolutely clear, I will be streaming Master Duel. I was supposed to do it earlier once I got back from Chicago, but you know, real life stuff, things get kind of hectic and stuff. But yes, I will be getting onto that, preferably this month, especially since it is the end of the formats. We're going in the power of the elements. And some of you guys, Legendary Duelist Season 3 giveaway, box giveaway. The winner is right here. It's right here. Also, I left a comment, so check your notifications. So by the time this video is up, the winner should already be selected, and you're watching this video, your name is right here, as you can see. So so reach out to me via preferably Twitter. Just reach out to me there, and we will get you your address and all that. We'll get everything scored away. And yes, on to today's topic, Destiny Hero Doomlord. All the way back in Enemy of Justice 2006. The card is damn near 20 years old. And here it is, really relevant again. I had to really think about it, because what really got me thinking was that a friend of mine at the card shop, he said, hey man, I'm gonna summon Winda on your turn with the tier elements. Yeah, you're gonna activate Hero Libs, and then I'm gonna be like Chainlink 1. I'm gonna be like Chainlink 2, and then I'm gonna somehow summon a Winda on your turn before you finish your play. What are you gonna do? And I'm like, so that got me thinking for the past week or so, like, what do we do? What do hero players do? Everybody's talking about hand traps. Everybody's talking about board breakers. Everybody's talking about cards like Lava Golem or the Sphere modes and stuff like that. Everybody's talking about that. Not only that, the tier elements also have the Invoker Calgula. They also have that guy. I'm probably butchering the name, so I'm going to have the picture of the card here. But yeah, that's also a problem outside of Winda, El Shaddai Winda. And I was really, really thinking, can Destiny Hero Mike innovate an entire era just like I did Destiny Hero Dark Angel? Can we get that, spark that same magic for us hero players? Can we get that magic tech that all hero players, not just Destiny Hero players such as myself, but all hero players can use and seamlessly? Well, let's get into the magic. Alright, so here we've got Destiny Hero Doomlord. And let's just go over his stats and effects. So his stats are 600 attack and 800 defense, but that's not why we're here. And his effect reads, which actually, this is the eroded version. This is the one from Speed Duel. And I love the one from Speed Duel because it's darker and it's just up to date. I love up to date cards, especially in technical situations where the opponent needs to read the card effect. So usually I don't really go for, like, I love Enemy of Justice and even Dark Revelation, but those are outdated card effects. So the text in a serious competition, I choose text over rarity sometimes. So anywho, once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. It can even be face down, and then just banish that target. You cannot declare an attack the turn you activate this effect, but that's okay because we're going to be doing this on our turn 1. We don't need that. You must, excuse me, you must control this face-up attack position. So it has to be in attack position. Cannot be in defense. Has to be in attack position. Must control this face-up attack position card in order to activate and to resolve the effect. So that means I don't think that, okay, if we activate Destiny Hero Doom Lord, if you're a judge and you really know this, you activate Destiny Hero Doom Lord, you meet his condition, his cost is a target, and banish a card. We cannot change something like a Forbidden Droplet or a Mass Change to tribute him or send him away, tribute or send him away to the graveyard. And I'm not sure his banish effect will resolve. I'm not sure. I hope it might, but I don't believe it will. But if you're a judge and you really know this clause, this ruling, please let us know in the comments below so that we can all be sure, so that we don't make the mistake of thinking that if they effect veil and we chain a quick play spell to send them to the graveyard, that it would still get the banish. We want to make sure. And then during the second standby phase, my second standby phase, the monster was returned in the same position that it was banished, which is irrelevant because on our following turn, it should be game over. Back to turn 3, it should be game over, and by the time that monster comes back, the advantage they should already be out advantage or scooped by the time the monster comes back. So the non-battle damage clause and it returning to their side of the field during the second standby phase, that's a very long time from now. So pretty much it's free to banish the opponent's monster. So I want to give you guys a couple setups because, as I mentioned, we talk about El Shaddai Winda being summoned on our turn 1 while we're comboing, as well as the Invoke Calgula being summoned on our turn 1 while we're playing. And some are going to ask, well, wait a minute. Well, can't you just use Forbidden Droplet on it? Or can't you just use Ash Blossom on it? Can't you just use stuff like that? You know, those are just way better. Why would you use the Brick Doom Lord? You know, and I'm already ahead of you because, well, we're not taking into account that let's do a pretend window. Here's my pretend window, okay? The pretend window, this window here is being dropped on our turn 1. That's unheard of. You know, we're used to a token collector. or a Nibiru being summoned on our turn, but not a window. You know, we have a whole new engine. You see, for example, when a Nibiru, let's pretend this is Nibiru. When a Nibiru is being dropped on our side of the field, we get to keep our Ash. We don't use Ash or Forbidden Droplet on it. Where we think, okay, well, I've got a little bit of follow-up and I've got an Ash Blossom ready. Okay, I've got an Ash Blossom ready for their next turn, or I can just set a Droplet and I know I'm not going to die the next turn. But, you know, a Winda that generates... First of all, the Winda came off, it got summoned from an engine. It got summoned from a generated engine. They're getting pluses. They're getting good cards sent to the graveyard because the tier elements, when they activate from hand. I think 2 of them activate from hand, like the Huffins, for example. I'm going to try to get a picture of it here in the shot. Huffins, which is not out yet, it will send Chainlink 1, it will... I think it summons itself, and then it will mill 3 cards off the top of the opponent's deck, off the top of their deck, and from there, depending on what they milled, if it's maybe a Shadowdoll or another tier limit, they can then fusion summon as Chainlink 2. So Chainlink 1 Huffins, Chainlink 2, a card that if it's sent to the graveyard, it allows them to fusion summon. Then they can bring out their Winda or their tier limit fusion or whatever they have, depending on what's in their hand and or what they send to the graveyard, which is a pretty consistent deck. They play, enough. I would imagine they play enough El Shaddais to bring out a Winda on our turn 1, and that is what they're relying on to cripple us. And let's get into some lines of... So I want to tell you guys
you want to be able to. So the fact that we have to use this on our very turn one, an Ash or Forbidden Droplet on our turn one, that's not good. We need to manage our resources. That's poor resource management for those of you who are saying, let's just use the new Ultimate Slayer spell card, Forbidden Droplet, or Ash Blossom, or maybe if we're main decking Deity Crow or something. That isn't good for our turn one. That's not good enough resource management, because now we use it, and now they get to play on their turn. So we're forgetting that. It's not as simple as being hit by a Nibiru, and we know we still have an Ash Blossom in our hand. No. We're being forced to use our Ash on our turn one. That's unheard of. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. That is new. That's why I started this intro. That we're entering a new era of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is a game-changing era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where opponents turn. Our turn. They're summoning on our turn one. That's never been done before. Like as in engine archetype. An archetype that is summoning on our turn, and now it's not going to stop with Terra Elements. It's going to keep going. There's these new Chaos Dragons that's coming out sometime in the future, but we're focused on Terra Elements today. So let's go ahead and get into the Doom Lord line on how to properly manage our resources and deal with something like a window on our turn one. All right, so here's the setup. All right, here's the real life setup. It's a live setup. I don't necessarily have probably would be a lot easier to do on Dueling Book, to demonstrate on Dueling Book or whatever. But this is how I know how to do it. So we're gonna start with a hero lives. Now, what you see here, this is the pretend deer element. Okay, tier element. This is the pretend tier element. Okay, it has wings, droll. I can kind of see it being a tier element because whatever. So we activate a hero lives, chain link 1. They activate, for example, tier limit Huffins chain link 2, and I think it activates from hand and then it mills. I don't think it summons. I think it activates from hand, then it mills 3 cards from the top of their deck. So 1, 2, 3 to their graveyard, and depending on what they hit, maybe like a Shadow or another tier limits, that's going to prompt them to fusion summon from that. Now, they have 2 ways to fusion summon. Or it's going to be, so far we're in chain link 1, and then they hit a tier limit, and that's going to be chain link, that tier limit, since it was sent to the graveyard, that's chain link 2. So entire new chain link is happening, which gets them into, they're going to send from their deck to the graveyard, from their graveyard to the deck, and then they're going to fusion summon one of 2 cards. They're going to summon another tier limit, which fusion summons another monster. Because this went back to the deck now. I don't think this summons. I don't think it does. But correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it does. So the starter goes back to the deck, I think. And the fusion, they can straight out go into their window. Let's pretend this is a window. Or they're going to straight out go into their other tier limit monster, which causes a new chain link. But let's just say they want to just straight up shut us out with the window outright. Okay, we would just window outright on our turn, because they know as hero players we need to summon a lot to get ahead, to get any kind of advantage. So we're gonna go into, so that's chain link 2. The prompt to summon the window is going to be chain link 2. So before that happens, our hero lives resolves. So our hero lives resolves, and we go search our Elemental Hero Stratos. Okay, boom, we get it. We get our Elemental Hero Stratos, and let me zoom up just a little bit here. And we get our Elemental Hero Stratos, and now let's say now the window summons. Okay, fine. The window summons on our turn. This is our turn 1. That's the crazy thing about this. So now our Elemental Hero Stratos is going to search. So now we only get 1 special summon per turn. And I don't think it remembers Stratos summon, so we still have 1 more special summon, which is good. But we get Destiny Hero. We go to search Destiny Hero Doom Lord, and because they're not going to always have a Effect Veiler. I don't think they play Effect Veiler because they need to mill two mechanics. They need to mill and they need to fuse. You can't mill, or if you mill an Effect Veiler, it's not good. And you're not able to fuse with Effect Veiler either. So I'm not led to believe that they I don't think they main deck Effect Veiler, especially, again, it's not good against Splight. So they really don't have a reason to main deck Effect Veiler. So we could take advantage of this situation. So we add Destiny Hero Doomlord to our hand, and we go right on ahead and normal summon our Destiny Hero Doomlord, and we use. Now, like I said, sometimes they might have two fusions on the field. They'll have the Tearlament fusion on the field. Let's pretend this is a Tearlament fusion, and the window. So here's the cool thing about this. Here's what we're able to do. Because by then this would be a whole new chain link, so we're able to do a whole lot before this window comes in. But typically they're going to have one window on the field to shut you down early. But let's say they have two, because they're able to fusion summon up to 2 times on our turn 1. So we're going to summon the Destiny Hero Doomlord, just good old fashioned normal summon, activate Doomlord's effect, banish that window. That window's gone now, and then we link off into our Cross Crusader. Okay, we link off to our Cross Crusader. Then Cross Crusader's effect, when it's summoned, we target our Destiny Hero Doomlord. Boom. And we use the Doomlord effect. Doomlord effect is not once returned. Get rid of that other Tearlament fusion. Banish. Gone. And then we can use the Cross Crusader's effect to tribute and add our Ferris to hand, and we continue our combo from there. So Doomlord can get rid of not 1 but 2 fusion monsters. Also, we can also replace the window with the Caligula. How we can only use 1 effect per turn. It would happen the same exact order, except it's Caligula, and we normal summon to use our 1 effect to get rid of the go ahead and get rid of the Caligula, and now we play like so from there. So very, very important Destiny Hero Doomlord. And let's go into our next line of play, because some might argue, oh, well, it sucks that you have to open a Hero Lives. Well, not true. Not only do we have 3 of these, so it's very common, but there's another way to break the opponent's board going first in this particular matchup. Okay, the next exercise is Ferris can get into the same exact way. Now, there's 2 ways of doing Ferris, but this is the safest way when you open up Shadow Mist. So I think if you're playing 1 Shadow Mist, maybe next format, 2 Shadow Mist is actually pretty decent to play. Because, so what happens is you go Ferris, send for cost, and activate, and then they go Chain Link 2. They go Chain Link to the same routine, same example. The Huffins, they send itself, and they mill they send itself, they activate from hand to mill 3, to mill 3 cards, and let's say now they activate, so that's going to be the new Chain Link. So after that mills, new Chain Link, Ferris resolves, and now I get priority as player priority. Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. We're going to go ahead and get into our increase. So now this is Chain Block. If they have an Ash Blossom, Chain Block, you're not going to be able to stop me from getting my Doomlord. So that's why it was sent first as cost, and then now they're able to go Chain Link 2 as a new Chain Link and fuse and bring out, they're going to go and send that away and bring out, let's pretend this is the either the Winda or Caligula, and the same exact thing happens. Normal summon Doomlord, banish away, and now we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! We can tribute the increase for cost and bring itself out, and that's just pretty much going to do that. So it depends on how soon that they are able to and want to bring out the either the Winda or the Invoker Caligula, but that is one of the ways. That is 2 ways outside of just being forced to open a Hero Lives to deal and get our normal summon with Destiny Hero Doomlord. And I want to show a 3rd way. It's a little more risky, but it definitely works. So in this matchup, we just simply open Vision Hero Ferris and Destiny Hero Decider. So we go Chain Link 1, and now this depends on what the opponent has. If it's just out of our hand, this just depends on what the opponent has. So we Chain Link 1 with Ferris. Let's say we don't have the Shadow Mist, and we special summon. Well, then they go Chain Link 2. Okay, they go Chain Link 2, and they're going to mill. Okay, they mill 3. They mill their 3. And now they have a new Chain Link to summon again, to actually fusion summon. So before that new Chain Link resolves, our Ferris will finish. and then now will be new chain link 1 and then chain link 2. Now we can capitalize off of a misplay. So if they're forced to summon, I can't, because again this depends on what they have. But if they summon a tier limit, you don't have to worry, because they're not able to go into the El Shaddai right away for whatever reason. So they bring out the tier limit. So what we do is we bring out our increase. So now we resolved and brought out an increase. So what happens is now they're able to go into, say now they're ready to go into their El Shaddai, because the fusion that they bring out is going to fuse another. Because remember, they fuse up to twice, 2 times on our turn. So the fusion is going to bring out, attempt to go chain link 1, a new chain link. So then now we go here, very important guys, chain link 2, increase. Now, by the time they summon whatever it is they're going to summon, our new chain link is, our next chain link is ready to happen. So now let's say they bring out the window. All right, let's pretend they bring out a window. Let me pull out our pretend window. Boom, here's our pretend window, and the Vision Hero increase will go off. We summon our Vision Hero Vion, it being our only normal summon for the turn. I mean, our only special summon for the turn, because the window counts. And so what we do is we send Shadow Mist activate, go add Destiny Hero Doomlord, and we normal summon our Doomlord because we have not normal summoned yet, and we banish the way the window, and we play Yu-Gi-Oh from there. Again, both of them are banished. Now both of them are going to be gone because of the Cross Crusader, which brings back the Destiny Hero Doomlord, and it's not a hard once return. So that is how we steal back our turn 1, guys. Do not let your turn 1 be hijacked, and I really do believe in the power of Destiny Hero Doomlord.
And that's going to do it for today, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's build on this. Let's build on this idea. Let's build on this strategy. Let's optimize it. Let's make it better. I don't know how more optimal it could get from here, because this is literally just a 1-card powerful tech without the need to waste your Ash Blossom, to waste your staples that you have otherwise when your opponent goes second. You want to save that. You want to save your resources. You don't want to use that, on your turn 1. So let me know what you think. I absolutely appreciate you guys. Love you. Stay tuned to the next one.